Hey everybody, this is Ryan from Movies with Ryan, and we're back with another video. And in this video, we're going to talk about one of my favorite things in Asian cinema, and that is Jackie Chan. Now, he is by far one of my favorite, if not my favorite, martial artist. Now, you say, well, what about Bruce Lee? I never put Bruce Lee in this category. He only did 4.5 movies. He had his own lifestyle, his own credo, his own way about himself, and he's not comparable to anybody. So, he never ends up on any of my lists. But Jackie Chan is my number one. Now, if you want to know my other top five, let's see: Jackie Chan, Jet Li, Sammo Hung, Stephen Chow, and Donnie Yen. Now, you notice something, most of those, actually all of them, are pretty much modern martial artists. Now, if we go back to the golden age of Shaw Brothers and even beforehand, there's a ton of people that were great martial artists. But I try to focus on the more modern people. Plus, trying to remember all their names is kind of hard. What we're going to look at here, again, is Jackie Chan. Just his style, the comedy, the slapstick, the choreography, and just his overall being as a person, I've always enjoyed. His movies are always fun to watch, action-packed, and can be kind of slick in a way. Of course, Jackie Chan grew up in British Hong Kong when they were still kind of under British rule. He started working or went to school at the Peking Opera House called the China Drama Academy. So he initially started off as a performer, not a martial artist. So that really kind of lends a lot to his style, I believe. And then through the years, he learned martial arts, and he's learned several styles of martial arts, and he always excels in whatever he learns. So I'm going to kind of just go over a couple things. If you're new to Jackie Chan, I've got a couple things I think you should check out. And then I'm going to go through some of my favorite Jackie Chan movies. So Jackie Chan kind of really started off early as a kid. Like 62 to 75, he made appearances in movies as uncredited extras or as children or as a child and some other roles. Then he kind of got started working with Bruce Lee as an extra. And then once Bruce Lee passed away, he kind of got pushed to the forefront because he was already becoming a well-known figure in the stunt choreography group, and they were looking to make him the next Bruce Lee. Now, if you know anything about Bruce Lee, after he passed away, there was a ton of Bruceploitation movies that came out. Everybody was calling themselves Bruce Lee, spelling their name a little different, trying to cash in on that. And there will never be another Bruce Lee. I don't care what you say. But early 80s, Jackie Chan did put out 2 American movies, Battle Brawl, I believe, and The Protector. Really didn't do a whole lot. Over time, they technically were successful, but it didn't launch him. And then early 80s, I think it was about 83, 84, he started the Jackie Chan Stunt Group. I forget what their actual name is. I guess I could have done a little bit more going into this, but I've got Wikipedia in front of me. But he basically formed his own stunt group because he wanted to work with the same people to do his stunts, to pull off his choreography, and make everything look fantastic. Now, that is the other thing I like about Asian cinema, but Jackie Chan cinema. He's really made it an effort to reduce cuts in movies, hit people, and make it look real. Nowadays, with the exception of John Wick, in a fight scene, there will be 30 cuts, and you will never see a punch land. But in Jackie Chan, wide, full screen, minimal to no cuts. And you see the action, you see the hits, you feel the punches. So when he started this stunt group, he wanted to be working with these people And that way, everybody's on the same page. And through the years, he has always used them as his stunt team. Now, the great saying is Jackie Chan does all of his own stunts, which is correct, but he does also use stuntmen. Usually, what Jackie will do is try to do the stunt himself first. Hopefully, they get it on the first few takes. Then, after a while, he will have a stuntman come in, step in, and actually do it. And hopefully, they can get the shot off. Now, if you watch any Jackie Chan, you watch any of the outtakes, almost all of his movies have bloopers and outtakes, and it's hilarious. You know, the man has broken just about every bone in his body. He's had some very bad accidents during his stunts, but the man still gets up and he still goes. Now, I know here in the recent years, he's kind of transitioned into less martial arts and more dramatic stuff, and it seems to be paying off. But again, he was born in let me see here, 1954. So, I mean, he is almost 70 years old. He'll be 70 years old next year. So he has definitely put his time in. So if you're looking to get into some Jackie Chan and you've never done anything, looked at Jackie Chan stuff or anything like that, there's like a lot of great resources out there. Eureka has some of his titles. 88 Films has a lot of his titles. But if you're in America, one of the best things that came out this year, ×2, is the Shout Select Jackie Chan collections. Now, this is volume 1. It spans 1976, where he gets his actual first leading role, and goes up to 1982. Now, this includes The Killer Meteors, which is a great movie, Shaolin Wooden Men, which I don't think I've seen, To Kill with Intrigue, good movie, Snake and Crane Arts of Shaolin, very good movie. You actually get to see him do different martial art styles in this movie, and you can kind of see him starting to progress through his life. Dragon Fist, which is great. Battle Creek Brawl, which is also great. And then Dragon Lord, that is the last one. There's 7 movies on here, 7 discs. So Dragon Lord, also. Dragon Lord is probably the second best movie on here, but it is also one of the better choreographed and martial arts movies out of this whole set. You really see him excel. And I can't recommend this set enough. I would pick it up if you never got into Jackie Chan. Now, moving on, we've got Volume 2, which covers 1983 to 1993. Now, this has Winners and Sinners and Twinkle Twinkle Lucky Stars, which those 2 movies are actually 1 and 2 of a 3-part series called Winners and Sinners. I'm sorry, not Winners and Sinners. The Little Stars Trilogy, I believe it is. Something like that. I bought the box set from the Nova Media Winter Sale, and then they immediately announced this, and these have got 4K scan upgrades to Blu-ray. But Winners and Sinners, Twinkle Twinkle Lucky Stars. One thing about those 2 movies, you get Yeo Bio and Sammo Hung in them. Basically, when he was going through the Peking Opera House and going to school, he met them 2, and they actually formed a group, and they were known as the Dragon Brothers or the Lucky Brothers or something like that. And they show up in a lot of his movies. In fact, Sammo Hung, which again is one of my favorite martial artists as well, became a choreographer for a lot of Jackie's early stuff and into the 80s. And they've teamed up later in his career too to do some things. But again, so Winners and Winners, Twinkle Twinkle Lucky Stars, Wheels on Meals. Also stars Sammo Hung, I believe. Great movie. It's been a while since I've seen it. It's a weird movie. It's about 2 guys basically in this kind of weird van food truck thing. And not a whole lot goes on, but then when the fights happen, the fights are really dynamic and really great and choreographed well. Again, that's due to Sammo Hung and Jackie Chan. And then probably one of his better known things, Armor of God and Armor of God 2. Very, very good movies. If you've never seen the Armor of God series, Highly recommend them. They are on this set. Pick it up and watch them. Now, his second American release, The Protector, is on here. Again, not big in the USA when it came out, but over time it has grossed a following and definitely was a successful movie for him. And then we got Crime Story, which is also a good movie, and then City Hunter, which I have not seen, but it is like a slick love story where it's more dramatic than really a martial arts movie. But I can't recommend these. So if you haven't checked out Jackie Chan, you like martial arts, definitely pick up the first set. And if you want to see him kind of change his ways, see some better, more technical fighting, pick up the volume 2. Now moving on. Again, choreography, the fight scenes. I've watched a lot of Jackie Chan, and I've watched a lot of other martial arts stuff, but I almost find it impossible to find two of the same or even similar fight scenes with Jackie Chan. He goes out of his way to make everything special, everything different. He uses props, all sorts of stuff. He uses the environment around him to make each fight unique. And again, with Sammo Hung as a fight choreographer and also a martial artist helping him out, they have brought some of the best stuff to the movie screen. Now, going into some of my favorite Jackie Chan stuff, the first thing is going to be a more modern movie. I don't remember exactly when this came out, but it is, I believe, in the 2000s. 2008 to be exact. But it stars, I believe, for the first time ever on screen together, Jackie Chan and Jet Li. And that is The Forbidden Kingdom. And basically, this is the old karate master trying to teach the new kung fu master. And there are some very, very good fights in this. Again, Jet Li, my second favorite martial artist. You know what? Did I actually say that? I'm going to have to go back and watch the video. Yeah, so Jackie Chan, Jet Li, Sammo Hung, Stephen Chow, Donnie Yen. That's my top 5. But to see these two on screen together and the fights that they choreographed and the total difference in their style and how they have to adapt to each other when they do fight, this movie is amazing as far as the fights go. Overall story, but I'm watching this for the fights because it's Jet Li, Jackie Chan. Can't go wrong with that. Now, I said as he's gotten older, he's kind of moved away from the dynamic martial arts stuff. And he has put out a movie that's got a little bit of fighting in it, but this feels more Liam Neeson-y Taken sort of world. And that is The Foreigner. Basically, I'm going to have to reread. Let's see. Yeah, okay. Sorry, I had to reread it. I had to make sure I got it right. Basically, he's a man not to be messed with. In fact, I think that says, never push a good man too far. So basically, the only thing he loves in the world, his daughter, is taken away from him, and he's got to find the people that do it. And he is sadistic. He is brutal in this. And like I said, it does have some fight scenes. And when there is, it's a little bit different. They are cut a little bit more. And that's, I highly believe it's due to his age. But he still looks good. And I highly recommend watching this movie if you want to see a low-key good drama from Jackie Chan. So The Foreigner, another one of my favorite Jackie Chan movies. Next, I hope everybody's seen these. These are funny, they're goofy, they're lighthearted. It is the Shanghai Noon and Shanghai Nights. Of course, Shanghai Noon I think is much better than Nights, but Nights is still really good. The comedy of Owen Wilson is great. He makes a good co-star with Jackie Chan. Fight scenes are great. And it's really just kind of a neat little American Asian movie. So I highly recommend Shanghai Noon and Shanghai Nights. And that's the other thing I like about Jackie Chan. He's worked with a bunch of people, and I've never heard a bad thing about him. Now, his beliefs and his dedication lies to his country is kind of questionable, but I try to look outside of that. I'm looking at the actor Jackie Chan, and another fun note: he's also a singer. He has several albums out. So if you ever come across a Jackie Chan vinyl or cassette or CD, pick it up. The man can sing. So moving on. So I said battle brawl or something like that. It's not battle brawl at Battle Creek, but he had another movie with brawl in it, and The Protector were his first two American movies that came out. When Hollywood decided to reintroduce him back into Hollywood to make him a big name, this is the movie they came out with, and it's Rumble in the Bronx. And it's not really the Bronx. This was actually filmed in Vancouver or Ontario. I forget where it was at, but this was not filmed in the Bronx. It is completely obvious when you see snow-covered mountains in the background. You can definitely tell it's in Canada. But this is a great little story. Basically, he comes into a little neighborhood. Some stuff happens, and he's got to beat some bad guys up. He really went all out in this movie. He really, really choreographed some great fight scenes, some great stunts in this. The acting's a little in it, but for his first big money sunk American release, Rumble in the Bronx, you can't go wrong with. But again, if you do watch it, go ahead and laugh at the background because you can definitely see mountains. There's no mountains in the Bronx. All right, moving on. Another one of my favorites, probably the most Americanized thing, something I think everybody enjoys, and we got to go with the Rush Hour trilogy. Of course, Jackie Chan, Chris Tucker. 1 and 2 are great. 3's good. Rumors of 4 in the works. This, of course, is the nice little box set with is this Mondo artwork or whatever on the front. If you've never seen Rush Hour, basically Chris Tucker's a cop. I believe it's the Chinese delegate comes over and his daughter gets kidnapped. Jackie Chan is flown over to help out because he's close with the associate, and they work on getting the daughter back. They got to fight a Yakuza clan, and it is just hilarious. The dynamic between Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan is fantastic. The fight scenes are great. Chris Tucker gets some punches in there. Rush Hour. If you've never watched this, what are you waiting for? It's great, Jackie Chan. Now, when I got into Asian cinema, specifically martial arts, what got me started on that road was The Karate Kid. Now, everything is upside down. Anyway, so The Karate Kid was my first real movie about martial arts. And then I think I watched Enter the Dragon and maybe American Ninja or the Ninja or whatever it was they used to show on TV all the time. But my very first exposure to Jackie Chan, Police Story. Of course, we've got this nice 4K box set from Eureka. Police Story 2, and Police Story Super Cop, which stars Michelle Yeoh. Police Story, the first time I ever watched it, I could not believe what I was watching. He does a stunt in here where he basically jumps from a second story at a mall, slides down a pole, it has a bunch of lights on it, and continues to fight. Now, when he did that stunt, the pole was metal, the lights were too bright, and he actually got second-degree burns on his hands. And when he hit the ground, he dislocated his pelvis, I believe, all in the name of the movie. But Police Story, this whole trilogy is great. If you've never watched Police Story, highly recommend it. But Jackie Chan, great box set. Now, over the years, he's done many styles. I believe Hapkido was really the first martial art he mastered. I believe he got a black belt in it. But he's done different styles. Like I said, Eagle's Claw, Eagle in the Snake's Nest, and several other different styles of martial arts. Martial arts. But the one that gets me every time, I love these two movies, is his take on drunken boxing. Of course, I'm talking about Drunken Master and Legend of the Drunken Master, or as Warner Archive puts it, Drunken Master 2, but Legend of the Drunken Master. These movies are great. Basically, what is his? I forget what his name is. Oh yeah, Jackie Chan plays Wei Feng Hung, a legendary Chinese folk hero who has been portrayed on screen by Jet Li, Gordon Liu, Donnie Yen, among others, and who is punished for his frequent troublemaking by forced to study under martial arts master So Yu Shi, which is notorious for his drinking. So he learns drunken boxing. And both these movies are great. The first one, you get full throttle young Jackie Chan, because it came out in, I believe, 78. So this was at his early start. And he goes full throttle when he does the drinking and he gets drunk and he goes into learning the drunken boxing and his fights in this. 1992, 1993, almost 25 years later, we get Legend of the Drunken Master. He returns. He's reformed. He does not want to drink anymore, and he does not want to fight. But his village is kind of overran. His family is disgraced, and he's got to take things into his own hand. And what happens? The Drunken Master comes out. And there is a fight scene that's in a metal refinery in this. I forget the gentleman's name. He is a very prolific American martial artist. Their fight is amazing. I'm pretty sure he got severe burns during the fight because he does fall into coals and fire at one point. But if you've never seen The Drunken Master, highly recommend this. Again, we got Eureka and we got Warner Archives. My second favorite Jackie Chan movies. And finally, I've touted this movie a few times. I know when I watched it, I gave it rave reviews. I've recommended this movie before. If people ask me for a Jackie Chan movie or even a Sammo Hung movie to watch, I always recommend this movie. And that is Dragons Forever. Now, if you see Yin Biao, Sammo Hung, Jackie Chan, the three dragons, the Dragon Brothers. This movie, the first time I ever seen it, which was last year, blew me away. Every fight gets better and better, more elevated. All three of these guys hold their own. Every single fight is intense. You can just feel the punches and the kicks. Very well choreographed. And it honestly has a really good story. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not going to be able to tell you what the story is all about because I've done forgot. But I highly recommend it. So this is definitely my favorite Jackie Chan. So Dragons Forever. Now, it does have a regular Blu-ray. It just came out from 88 Films. I believe it was 88 Films. There's this Steelbook collection, or Steelbook, which is Steelbook is awesome. Look at that. And this guy, I forget his name. Skinny Tiger, Fatty Dragon. Sammo Hung movie. Skinny Tiger, Fatty Dragon. Great movie. This Steelbook is awesome. But this also just got a 4K release. And I'm pretty sure it was 88 Films. Highly recommend this. If I would say, hey, go buy a Jackie Chan movie and really experience Jackie Chan, I would pick this movie just because you get these two guys with it. You got awesome choreographed fights from Sammo Hung and Jackie Chan. And just a hell of a good time. This is nonstop. So Dragons Forever. So, my love for Jackie Chan, I think that shows a little bit of it. Now, as far as more Jackie Chan movies, I've got a whole bunch more downstairs. Probably another 20. Again, the man's been acting since the late 60s. He's got a pretty decent size collection of movies under his belt. Now, as he's gotten older, it has kind of fallen off. I will thoroughly admit that. But again, the man has broken so many bones. He's gotten older and he has changed his ways. Again, said it, he's trying to do less action, more dramatic stuff. And hopefully he sticks around for a long time. But that's been my little spiel on Jackie Chan. Hopefully you found a couple titles in here. If you've never heard of them, you do check them out. If you're new to Jackie Chan, do not hesitate to pick up those Shout Select collections. They're a little pricey, but you can find them discounted through Orbit DVD, Diabolik. Even during the Shout sales, they have them on sale. And even maybe deep discount. I get nothing for saying any of those people, any of those places. But I highly recommend them. If you want an introductory to Jackie Chan, buy those sets. They're great. Now, if you really love Jackie Chan and you haven't watched all these movies, go check them out. They're great. So that's going to do it, folks. It's Ryan, Movies from Ryan. Hit that subscribe button. I'm only 10 away from 500. If I hit 500, I will be doing a giveaway. Please get me there. Till I see you again. That's been my love for Jackie Chan. Have a fantastic night.